Scene 1. Intro. Okay, let's not go there. This is not the type of video that brings up conspiracy theories. It's more about striking similarities. This isn't as dramatic as the movie, but the metaphor is hard to ignore. We're not fighting robots or living in a sci-fi simulation, but the Matrix as an idea is very real. It's about systems that shape our lives, influence our choices, and often keep us unaware. And once you start looking around, the similarities are striking. Have you ever felt like something about the world just doesn't add up? Like you're following the rules, doing what you're supposed to, but something feels off. You wake up, go to work, pay your bills, scroll, repeat. It feels like your choices are yours, but are they really? We're not being plugged into a computer, but into a system that makes money from keeping us inside. Sounds familiar? The Matrix isn't just a cool sci-fi movie. It's a metaphor for something very real. A world where people think they are free, but are actually controlled. And when you step back, the comparison is hard to ignore. This isn't fiction, it's life, and you might already be inside of it. You're probably watching this on a screen that's brighter than it needs to be, connected to a network that's faster than it has to be, and holding a phone that's smarter than it has to be. For many of us, life is better than previous generations in almost every way imaginable. So why does something feel wrong? We'll answer that question by breaking down 5 parts of the Matrix and showing you how they show up in our world today. Scene 2. What is the Matrix really? In the film, people are plugged into a simulation, a fake world built to keep them blind. In our world, there's no cable in the back of your head, but there are invisible forces, systems, structures, algorithms, and media that shape how you think, live, and even believe. Think about it. If you were born and raised in this world, you've never known anything different. You haven't seen the code, you haven't met Morpheus. You just get on with life. Day to day, the illusion of freedom is the most powerful form of control. Scene 3. Money, work, and the illusion of choice. From the moment you're born, you're slotted into a system that defines your value by what you can produce. You're sorted into schools based on where you live. Those schools prepare you not to be well-rounded individuals, but to be workers. You're taught that your worth comes from grades, which come from standardized tests that have been proven to be biased based on socioeconomic background. Even your creativity is stifled, because art classes need to focus on the fundamentals. Because whether you realize it or not, you need to fit the economy. Then you work, not to thrive, but to survive. Debt, inflation, bills, rent. You work to afford rent, not freedom. The treadmill never stops and the finish line keeps moving. You're not choosing, you're reacting. Is that freedom? Just survival with better marketing. Scene 4. Media. Every day you're bombarded with headlines, reels, clickbait, outrage, and noise. But who decides what you see? The media doesn't just report what happens. It decides what matters. It tells you how to feel about events, who to blame, what to care about, and what to forget. Distraction isn't a side effect, it's the strategy. A distracted society asks fewer questions. Scene 5. The algorithm trap. Every scroll, click, and like teaches the system what you respond to, and in return, it feeds you more of it. You end up in a digital bubble, a custom-made illusion that confirms your beliefs and blocks out the rest. Not to inform you, but to keep you hooked. You're not seeing reality, just a curated version of it. You think you're in control, but you're not. Scene 6. Consumerism and identity. From childhood, you're told what to want, what to wear, who to follow, what success looks like. You define yourself by brands, content, and trends. Identity is no longer discovered, it's marketed. In the Matrix, people were batteries. Here we are, consumers valuable only if we keep scrolling, buying and staying distracted. Scene 7. The daily loop. Wake up, commute, work, eat, sleep, repeat. This loop has become so normal that we forget to question it. Why do we trade our most precious resource, time, just to survive? Why is a 40-plus hour workweek the default? The system doesn't want you to slow down. It needs your attention, your labor, and your silence, and just enough entertainment to keep you from asking if this is all there is. Scene 8. Who built this system? There's no single villain behind it all. It's a system made of incentives, platforms, corporations, media, and politics. Each part benefits from your compliance. The Matrix is not one thing. It's many forces working together to keep you distracted, productive, and quiet. Scene 9. Reflection. What if it's all true? When was the last time you made a decision free from pressure, media trends, or fear? What if your opinions were shaped before you even formed them? What if the freedom you feel is a carefully constructed illusion? The scariest prison is the one you don't know you're in. Scene 10. The red pill and waking up. So what do? Should we take a red pill? There's no plug to remove, no magic escape. But waking up is possible. It starts with awareness, with asking better questions, with recognizing that not everything you see is truth, that not every goal sold to you is worth chasing, and that freedom begins with attention. We don't live in a matrix made of code, but something more dangerous, a system so profitable, so normalized and so distracting. We forget to ask if this is how life should really be. We often hear phrases like, "You can be anything you want." Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You only live once. And these ideas sound empowering, but they also obscure the truth about our current situation. These mottos are the red pill. They open our eyes to a harsh reality. You can't be anything you want. There are limits placed on you since the moment you were born. Some of those limits are self-imposed. Some were put there by your parents, and some by the system. Hard work doesn't beat talent. When talent doesn't work hard, the system rewards both equally. You only live once, but the system wants you to work hard, consume and die on your own. It profits from burning you out. The problem isn't that these motives are false. It's that they distract us from the truth. They take our attention away from the fact that none of us can reach our full potential under a system designed to profit from mediocrity. Scene 11, closing act. Let's circle back to the beginning. Are we in the Matrix? No, not in the sense of a simulation, but in the sense of a system. A system that makes money from keeping us inside, and that system is right here, right now. You might have started this video looking for confirmation that our world is truly a digital simulation. But what if the real Matrix is the friends we made along the way? What if the greatest trick the system has played is convincing us that we're free? Our brains crave stories and patterns. So let's play a game. Imagine you're playing a video game. How would you design the perfect villain? Maybe someone who's charismatic and cunning, but also relatable and complex. Well, meet the real villain, no single person, but a force of nature. Money. It's the fuel that drives our modern world. The irony is that money, like power, it corrupts, and those who chase it often become its slaves. Imagine designing a system where money is the ultimate goal. Everything else, including your happiness, becomes a means to an end. That's our reality. Money drives our decisions, shapes our choices, and controls our actions. It determines what you see, what you think, and how you feel. And the craziest part, we willingly participate in this game. If you want to wake up from the Matrix, then you need to understand how money works. And that knowledge is power. And with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, subscribe to our channel, because we will bring a lot of mind-blowing videos about things you should know.